Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. I'm Barry Lyman, creator of the Meet to Marry Method and the School of Healthy Love and Intimacy. For those of you who don't know me. So every Sunday we put out another episode about how to find healthy love, how to break through whatever has been getting in your way of making your dream come true. Because I'll tell you right now, you deserve healthy love. And after 15 years of being married to my husband and partner, Michael, and seeing success story after success story of success story, after years and years of being stuck, I can tell you with certainty that you can have what you want. We just need to clear the path for you. We need to remove the barriers. And that's what we're doing in this community. We're having conversations about opening your eyes to the practical steps of what that makes happen. Good morning, Rochelle. Welcome. Happy New Year. So what I want to talk about today is a topic that is so prevalent in pop culture about, do you need to be more feminine or do you need to be more goddess-like to get your king? Do I need to dumb it down to find a healthy man to share my life with? Or if you're a guy and you're watching, do you need to be more successful or more masculine or more manipulative or for women, flirty? All of these questions come up all the time. People say, oh, I'm successful. And I don't want to be the man in the relationship because they were stuck in patterns being with men who who were emotionally unavailable, who were not successful. And that left the woman having to be the fixer, the strong one, the breadwinner. And so other people say, well, I'm quiet, I'm an empath, I don't know how to flirt, I don't know what other women do know to get a man. And what I want you to know is that whichever category you're in, if you're super successful or if you're super quiet, at the end of the day, we're all unique and perfect individuals as we are. But there are things getting in your way of being your best self. And so your best self is real, is authentic, is clear about her needs in a relationship. And that way of being actually calls forth this success in love. It really does. So you don't need to learn how to flirt. You don't need to learn all of these superficial strategies that a lot of people in society are pushing on you that makes you feel like you're missing something and less than. What's really getting in the way has everything to do with what you're thinking inside. And so let's do a quick exercise. Imagine you were going to meet your true love today. Today's the day. You're going to finish watching this live and you're going to go out to a brunch or a party or an event and you're going to meet your person today. So I want you to take a moment to think about how that feels. How does that feel? Are you like, yay, I'm so excited. Bring them in. I'm ready. Or is there a dialogue or a voice going on inside of your head that says, I don't know. How do I know he's going to be the one? How do I know that I can trust? What if I should really meet him when I lose 10 more pounds? Or when I figured out my career? Or maybe he's not going to want me because I have kids. Who's going to want me the way I am? Are you thinking, what if he leaves like all the others? Or what if he doesn't turn out? What if he looks good on paper and he isn't the one? And then I waste more time and then I'm going to be stuck again. So what I want you to know is that those thoughts that are going on in your head, those feelings, those fears, that is what's getting in your way of playing full out and owning up to your greatness now. That is what's keeping you from having full self-expression. That's what's keeping you from knowing that you're already enough. So here's the foundation of this idea of being a goddess, of being feminine, of drawing in exactly what you want and having your needs met and living an extraordinary life with a partner. First, by yourself, right? And then with a partner. So it's all about the foundation, right? This isn't something that we can sugarcoat or wish it'll happen or pray and meditate about. That is not practical. It's not practical. It's a piece of it. So the first thing I want you to know is that to embrace your femininity and to be a goddess, regardless of what you do or who you are or where you are in your life, is that to know that being a goddess and owning your femininity is a mindset. It's a mindset. Know this. No two people are the same. No two people. So there's no right way of being. There's no place to get to. Everyone has these blocks and fears and questions, right? We all have it. But some people take those fears and questions that are unresolved and it stunts us. And then we focus on work, or we don't date at all, and we take care only of our kids or our family or other people or organizations, and we distract ourselves. And we tell ourselves that, oh, someday I'll take this on, or when I lose more weight, or when I get to a certain place. But it's not true. Femininity is this beautiful flow of confidence that you have in yourself, knowing that whoever you are, whatever you are, whatever your body looks like. We all know the women who are, regular women, right? You don't need to be a model or skinny or a certain way. See, some people know and they own that they're lovable, that they deserve, and they have clarity and they have courage, and those are the people that draw that in. So what needs to change as a foundation, what needs to shift are the stories that you're telling yourself. And sadly, we often postpone resolution of it because we're going to therapy to analyze it, and then, I understand it. But guys, that doesn't solve it. When I can say to you, oh, you're going to meet your guy today, and you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm not sure, what if I'm not enough? That is what's dictating your love life. And then we're attracting people who are a mirror to I'm not enough. It's just the way it is. So going on diets and analyzing in therapy and meditating, while they're all really great things, and I think it's great to want to have a great body and all of that, but the problem is when we collapse that I want to lose weight, that I need more money, with who we are. So that is the very first thing about goddess mindset and femininity. Because let me share with you a story of Jody Eilers. Beautiful. She was 44 when we met, and she's divorced. She was divorced, and she was married for 14 years to a kind and successful man, but there was masculine energy, she thought, in that relationship. And she felt like there was no place to be feminine. And so she wanted to be with someone who inspires her, that can lead the relationship, that is emotionally available. And she said in the beginning that she had done a lot of therapy and she already loved herself. And she worked on that for 3 years. And she felt connected to her feminine side. She felt, I can already be vulnerable. And she said when she first came to me that it's made me a better, vulnerable person, but I'm still not meeting the right guys, and I want to understand why. I want to attract guys that are better suited to me, because she said, I feel like I constantly attract narcissists or guys that are not my type at all. So you see, everyone, you may think that you're being vulnerable. You may think that you're already there, like Jody did, because you already did all of this work on yourself. You already did therapy. Yet, you're not meeting the right people. So when you haven't really resolved it, and you think you've solved the problem, and you haven't, see, that's the thing. You continue on that path because the problem's not solved. So Jody is, you could see her on our website. She's married now, and she said this, that she was able to get clarity around my fears, hang-ups, blockages, and drama. I was then ready to learn a new dating strategy. She said, I wrote out a new vision for how I wanted my life to look, and I'm currently living it. When I finally met the one, we were engaged within 6 months and married 7 months later. So you see, that's the thing, is that you can have what you want. You can be, and Jody's beautiful. She's a real estate developer, very successful. She lived in San Francisco, and she said at the beginning, I feel like I can never meet the kind of man I want in San Francisco. They're narcissistic, busy with startups. I don't think I could find what I want. I'll probably have to go back to New York to find it. See, but if we would have put Jody back in New York, it would have been the same thing. She would have continued to attract narcissists, emotionally unavailable guys, because Jody was not being vulnerable. Jody was not open in the way that she needed to be. So unconsciously, she kept attracting men that were wrong for her. She's beautiful and feminine, but vibrationally, emotionally, energetically, she wasn't where she needed to be. So that is the point, is that we need to shift, and you can shift quickly when you're in the right, when you have the right plan to make that happen. Things happen very quickly. So guys, that's the first thing, that being a goddess, femininity is you. It's built into you. Some of us are high power women. Some of us are stay-at-home moms. Some of us are empathic. Some of us are creators. That is all femininity. You get it? That's femininity. And then when you go home at night, after work, after a day with the kids, after a day of creation, after a day of being a professor, a writer, a social worker, you want to come home to someone that can hold you and love you and see you. And that's what Jody has, and that's what I have, and that's what all of our success stories have. That's why I share them, to give you hope. And we talk a lot about this in the 5 shifts training, we go much deeper about vulnerability and what it looks like. And if you think you're being vulnerable, but you're still coming home alone and attracting wrong people online and offline, it's okay, it's just not handled. It's not handled. So too, the second distinction I want to share with you is that you are already a goddess. A goddess, because a goddess, unlike what society tells you, or reading magazines or pop culture, that, oh, you have to be this, or you have to be that. It's just not the truth. It's not the truth. You're already there. It's innately in you, but we can't just cover it up. We can't just hide it. You know, society makes us feel like if you're not running a this or doing that or popular or this, that you're not a goddess and you're not feminine, and you are. Right? We all have a different dream. We have a different vibration. We have different needs. I did therapy for years, and it was great because I had someone listen to me and validate me, and that was amazing. But it didn't solve my problem of dating narcissists. So know that you can draw a line in the sand and change that and own your femininity by just being you. Because 3, the most feminine goddess way to be is vulnerable. Vulnerable in such a beautiful and healthy way. And again, if you're saying, damn it, I'm already vulnerable, trust me, you're not. Because it's a flow and it's energy. And And so let me share also the story of Rebecca. Rebecca is a successful attorney, beautiful, and she's now married. But when she first came to us, she was saying that she's a fighter by nature, and it makes me successful in my career, but men-wise, I'm very unhappy. I realize I don't have the emotional space to meet the one because I'm still receiving flowers and meeting with my ex who treated me very badly, but I seem not to be able to let it go. I attract uncommitted guys who will give me just enough to keep me from leaving, but never what I need, and feeling unloved. So Rebecca came to us and we worked with her, and in a short time, she got clear, she got complete. She started to own her femininity. She owned who she really is without changing. We didn't need to change. That's the point. You don't, you don't need to change yourself. You don't. So if you're in a position of making lots of money and you're very successful, that doesn't mean you need to intimidate men, right? Femininity is an invitation to someone that you will be really inspired by. Most times when people are saying they're successful and I attract low quality men, it's because they're saying, I don't need a man. That's the energy. I don't need a man. And then the men they attract are just not successful because that's their vibration, that I don't deserve better, and the mindset is what I want doesn't exist. But that is so not true. That is so true. The idea of bringing in a man who is above you and a king and you have to be subservient and dumb it down is bullshit. It's not the way. Femininity is flow. Femininity is strong. Femininity is beautiful. And Rebecca said now, because she's married now, and she's pregnant with her child, and she said, I feel so deeply loved and so understood, and I had a vision for my life, and now I'm living it. And you can be living it. We talk much more deeply about this in the 5 shifts training. You can get to that at meettomarry.com/real-love. meettomarry.com/real-love. And we'll share some more stories with you as, you know, in the community, in the group, they're out there. And just know that overthinking and fear and confusion and self-doubt and avoiding love and focusing on work just postpones the dream. It does. It just puts it here instead of tackling head on. Meditating, oh, I'm lovable. Meditating, oh, I'm vulnerable. Just analyzing or trying to handle this energetically isn't the way to go. The way to go is with a plan where we literally look at what you're thinking, what you're telling yourself. We're going back 20, 30, 40, 50 years of ways of thinking that you've blocked out, and we can quickly transform it by getting future focused and make it happen. But if you're struggling and you're not happy in your life and you're not happy in your career, that needs to be handled. The people we work with are successful and they love to plan and everything else in their life is really working. They just don't have a person to share it with. And trust me, your person, for all of you, is waiting for you. He is out there. We work with both men and women, but I'm speaking today to the women, also to the men. Your goddess is out there, but we have to remove your blocks to how you feel about yourself under the surface, the stories you say that you're not ready when you are. So guys, go to meettomarry.com/real-love and watch the training about all the 5 shifts. It's step 1 to get vulnerable. Learn more about it. Stop repelling love. And then the rest of it, making a plan, becoming an empowered dater, and doing all the right steps to find love. So don't let your own mindset, don't let society, the media, your friends, or anyone else's bad advice cloud your judgment. If you want to buy a house, that's your priority. Buy a house. If you want to have a better career, then great. But if you want to find love and live with someone in that house, and you want to find love and share your life and your wins in your career with a spouse, if you're a single parent and you're only going to focus on your kid, do that. But I'm telling you that you could share your children and set a beautiful example of healthy love for them instead of avoiding and tolerating and saying men are low quality. It's not true. So again, watch the 5 shifts training at meettomarry.com/real love. And if you apply for a strategy session and we can get to what's really getting in your way and a plan to make it happen. But it's for people who are serious and committed. If you have other things that are priority, it's not for you. But if you're ready to commit time and energy and financial resources to having what you want, let's make it happen. Okay, guys, share your distinctions in the comments below. What did you get from this? If you're shy and you don't want to share, then PM me. But sharing is really how you get out of yourself. It's the first step to being vulnerable. And I'll see you next week on the page. Tell your friends and know that true love is your birthright. And we're here to help you find it. All right, guys, have a great day.